up, guys? This is the Better Things to Do podcast. It's your boy, Booty Yuli. We got Jack El Don.
Just keep going.
We got Nowhere Super High Fire. What? Super Hot Fire Beats.
I don't know what you came up with.
I'm giving you guys these, unless you guys come up with better nicknames in the future, this is what I'm giving you guys. Or do you have something you want to be called?
Oh,
I've been Champurrado Papi _ for a long time.
Boss. It's your boy Yuli, Jack, aka Champurrado Papi _ And then what's yours? No, OG Homie Richmond.
That's my burner account.
Got it.
That's my burner account.
Plug in your
my verified account is my professional account is no soul __.
Oof.
It's 2 underscores.
I'm gonna have to add an underscore.
NOSOL.
So you shorten your already short name.
Yeah.
NOE Noe.
Well, okay, so it came down to 2.
Okay.
Right? It was either no soul or a play on my last name instead of Solis be soulless. But that felt more
cringe.
That felt like too obvious. It felt like too easy to like someone already has that. Like it was just like No soul seemed more unique.
Right.
And plus I got the ad for it, so
there we go.
I try to get the
so No Soul is your like artist name?
I think
your
so.
producer name?
Your logo should be like an eclipse.
Ooh.
I mean, I do have a song called
No
Eclipse.
Soul.
That's your theme song.
And I thought I try to get the one without the underscore, but the underscores are kind of growing on me, so probably even if I do use that name, it'd probably stay like that would actually be written no soul __.
Oh yeah. No Soul. I've been reading your name as in like just a shortened version of Noe Solis. Not as No Soul.
Well, you can interpret it any way you want because you're not wrong. You haven't been wrong so far.
There we go.
You can, it's a canvas and you can draw whatever you want on it. Ultimately, you're probably right.
Then let me paint you this picture. My week has been a shitty week. Just because, imagine this, picture this. This past weekend was a Super Bowl. I ate a good amount of food, burgers, super hot fire weenies, big weenies, juicy weenies.
I'm glad you clarified what kind of weenies they were.
Spicy too.
No.
But a lot of food, and I don't know what it was, but like this week has been hell for me. I've like been nonstop going to the restroom, nonstop like.
What is it?
I think I confirmed it like today or like last night. I was like, I know I get like diarrhea a lot. Like this has been kind of like it's only been for like at least a day, and then the rest
diarrhea like this whole week or just
Well, I think it's food poisoning.
Oh, so I guess that's why it's a shitty week.
But yeah, dude, I hate.
I see what you did there.
If I look weird, like I'm like
you just normal
Yuli, but just with a little more poop in me that's going out.
How would we know that?
I mean,
how could we tell poopy Yuli from regular Yuli?
I guess there's no difference. since I have like I don't know, ever since I was small, I've always had like a stomach problem, and then added like the recent like lactose thing that I've been self-diagnosed, but then diagnosed.
When did you lose your toes?
I can remember when I lost my stomach toes. As in, like, the first time, like, I had stomach problems was in band, when we were in band.
No.
And we went to...
So many good things happen in band.
Oh, I hate band. But it was a field comp. Like, almost, I think the very first one, my freshman year. It was a marching, a parade one.
Parade, okay.
But it was the one where we...
Which one?
I'm trying to... it was the one where we would play soccer. Because when we weren't playing, they had that big field.
Loera?
Was it? Yeah.
Loera?
And then, but there was a Carl's Jr. and like.
Did we play in San Dimas?
We did.
No, Loera had the big ass park.
Yeah, the park. And then we will play soccer there. So that ever since that comp, we played soccer. Then we're like, hey, we're gonna get some food. So we want to get some food. There was a Carl's Jr. We got Carl's Jr.
Definitely Loera.
We came back.
So it was like the only the Carl's Jr. was like across the street.
I don't remember.
So then
it's the one in like
I forgot where. I want to say near Riverside. I might be wrong.
No, that had to be Riverside Cave. That's where
Probably.
Kawhi went to school.
I don't know.
Loera.
I mean, we could Google it real quick, actually, since we have the.
We have the technology.
We have the technology. But anyways, ever since that field comp, after we got to Carl's Jr. and we came back, we played soccer right after we ate.
Oof.
So like just that running.
That sounds like high school 101.
And then, dude, I don't know how I made it through the parades because ever since after like we stopped playing soccer, my stomach was just. And I remember I like booked it because there was no restrooms in like the field or whatever we were. We had to like go to the Carl's Jr. or whatever. But I remember there was like this building or bank or whatever. And I remember I had to go to the restroom, but Ian had to go too. Mm-hmm. So then we both went, but Ian made it to the stall first, and like he made me wait. And I was like, "No, you're so rich."
That sounds like Ian.
Yeah. Am I spelling this right? Loera?
Loara.
High school? Anaheim. Okay, that sounds right because it was kind of bougie. Yeah.
I don't remember. I know the field and everything that you guys are talking about.
Mm-hmm. They're the Loera High School white guys.
The only thing I don't remember is the
park.
The Carl's Jr.
Oh, okay.
That's the only thing I don't remember.
Oh, yeah.
Because what I do have like imprinted in my mind is that Jack in the Box in Chino.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I remember their mascot is like literally white guys. It's like the Anglo-Saxons or some shit.
Oh.
But that's actually like they're the Loera white guys.
True.
I don't remember.
We used to be the white guys too. At Grandview, we were the Lancers.
I guess.
I guess that's kind of
historically, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we were the workman Mexicans.
Oh yeah, they are the Saxons.
We pretty much evened it out. I mean, we pretty much were. Fuck.
Yeah, the mascots were the Saxons.
Yeah. See.
Oh yeah, but ever since that field comp, like, my stomach just was never the same. I don't know what it was, just the jumbling of like food in my belly, and then like I had choro like instantly, and then it just never been the same. And then like high school is when I found out I was like lactose. So like every time like I would always get like the little milk pouches in the morning, the little what's it called? Cheese. The cheese sticks. What are they called? Cheese sticks, right? String cheese. The string cheese. And then the little pizzas they would serve in the morning.
The little what?
The little pizzas.
The what?
The little pizzas in the morning.
Okay, I didn't get it. I didn't catch it.
God, sorry, Dad.
Little pizzas.
Dude, those
they're good
with the raspberry juice.
Ooh.
Paired up so well.
Like poured on top of it, or what?
No.
I mean, you do eat your pizzas with pineapple. You freak.
Listen,
oh.
Pineapples belong on pizza.
Yes, they're good. It just gives
like
that
a
little
nice pepperoni pizza with pineapple and jalapenos on it.
Okay, wait. Tell me this. The same
pastor
reason.
Is different.
Huh?
Al pastor is different.
Oh no.
Okay.
Well, that's different, but it works. But what I don't know if you'll judge me for this.
I probably will.
Caldo, like caldo de res, but with the banana.
Wait a minute. Wait, Amalia does that, but with cup of noodles.
I mean, it could work because just that banana, the banana adds like a weird, like sweet, like flavor that you didn't know you wanted. Because everything in the caldo is like so salty and like, because salt and sweet, you can't tell me that's not a good combo. It works.
Well, yes, but with banana though.
It's just something that my abuelo did, and then like.
See, I put banana on my rice. Like Mexican rice, the red rice.
I've never done that, but I don't see why it wouldn't taste good.
It tastes delicious, but I can't like just picture it on caldo.
Like, we don't put it in the caldo. We'll like, so my routine with me eating caldos, I'll get the caldo, taste the food, taste all the veggies, the rest, and then once I get like a spoonful of everything, take a bite of the banana, the spoonful, and then it just melts. Like, but then you get like all the salt and all the goodness from the spoonful of the caldo, but then just a little hint of banana like sweetness that like makes it.
See, I don't know if I feel comfortable now.
I know it's about to go off of me, but then the same like the same like journey I go through eating the caldo with the banana is how I feel with the pizza and the pineapple. The pizza and the pineapple. It's just the pineapple adds just a little of flavor. Or well, I don't know if you get it when you have Mongolian barbecue, or do you put pineapple? Put the pineapple. Have you tried it at all?
I've never had a desire to put pineapple in my Mongolian stir fry because it's already beautiful the way it is.
But just add a little.
Beautifuler.
Yeah, no, just try it once.
Watch, I'm a buy one. I'm a put in pineapple.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be repulsive, and I'll be like, Yuli, you owe me $14.99 for this fucking Mongolian stir fry because you fucking ruined it with your.
Well, you're already going with this negative mentality. I need you to go with a clean slate. Like, hey, I'm gonna try this with no already pre-judgment, pre-assumptions.
English is very difficult.
I'm sorry, I'm sick, right?
Oh, sure. We'll blame it on the sickness.
Yeah, but just you got to go with a clean slate and just have no prejudgments of whatever you're going in. So then when you go, there's no biases already to the flavors you're tasting. So then your tongue, smell your coffees, taste your coffees, clean your palates. So you already have no like leftover like I really don't like this, having like no leftover bad juju vibe taste buds. Rinse your mouth. Try it. Put pineapples on your pizza. Put pineapples on your pizzas. Put pineapples on your Mongolian whatever. Put pineapple on your cereal. Put pineapple on your ice cream.
Wait a minute.
Put pineapple on your. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But no, that'll probably taste weird.
Strawberries and bananas.
No, I mean, with that kind of bias, I don't know why. I mean, if you go into it thinking it's gonna taste gross, then I don't know. Then you're not supposed to do that, right?
Look, the difference. The difference is that I'm not a pussy to try like the stuff.
Oof. I saw some big words really throwing around.
I had to.
Oof.
See, I'm a risk taker. I like to join all the little nick and knacks of this world and what it offers us. I'm not afraid. What does that mean? All right, we're moving on.
I'll leave it at that.
There's a lot of lore that no one's prepared to. Okay. So yes, let's move on.
Okay, let's move on. Oh fuck, it's getting hot in here. Oh, but speaking of getting hot,
I'm cold.
Okay, no, but actually speaking of the cold, that's a perfect transition. Okay. I wanted to talk about the weather now. Lately, it's been kind of scrumptious.
What is scrumptious? What does that mean? What are you referring to?
How do you describe the weather?
The way I describe scrumptious with the weather is that it's cold. There's breezy, but the sun's still out. But you can still be under a blanket.
Hey, it's a sickness.
I'm sick. I have the blacklit.
Blacklit.
Yeah. So the sun's out, but there's a breeze. It's really cold, but you can still be under a cobija. That's just. Scrumptious.
So are you saying like the warmth of the sun, but with the cold air?
Yes.
Okay, I fuck with that.
See, this is the time of like where I don't hate California. Like, like the sun is blazing hot, but then you still get the cold winds, the cold air, the cold breeze.
It feels very wintry.
Yes.
I hate that.
But we're like in spring almost.
I hate that because you're nice and fresh. You're in your house, you're chilling, no hoodie on, you're relaxing, and you step out and you feel like you're melting. I hate that.
No, but there's cold air.
Yeah, but there's cold air. That's why I don't mind it. I should have minded because I'm white and like the sun's bad, but then like the cold breeze, like
the light feels warm, but the air is cold.
See, and I have the dilemma of
you get the fire and ice. I have the condom version of like weather the weather version of condom.
If I wear a hoodie, it's too hot because the sun's too hot, and then if I take it off, it's too cold because the air's too cold. So I'm in this weird this weird like middle where I hate it. I want to either be really cold or really hot, so then I can take the proper actions to make myself not hate the weather.
No, I like being
this weird like middle. It's like
I love the middle because even in the night, say if it's like super hot and I have like the AC on in my room, I still like I want it to be cold where I have to have a cobija, but then it gets hot, so that's why I have the AC running. I clash with ideas that you like. It should pick a side, but I'm the gray. I'm in the middle. I love being.
I'm an extremist.
I don't know.
It's either like frozen,
Mhm.
like freezing, frozen, like weather, or like blazing hot, like humid weather.
Which one would you prefer?
Which one would I prefer? I think heat, because I used to say for a long time that I would prefer the cold,
Mm-hmm.
but then
you became lactose.
sure, I don't know how the two connect, but with hot you can like be in an AC room,
Mm-hmm.
and like my room gets pretty fucking cold, so
Mhm.
I'm chilling. And if it's too like cold and like you can't like really be outside too much, I mean you can have like coats and shit,
Mm-hmm.
but then you get hot and then you got to start removing layers, and then you get cold, you got to put them back on. It's the same dilemma of like really hot sun and like cold air.
I would justify my reasons for being cold almost the same way you're justifying it for heat. Because when it's hot,
It's hot.
you have an AC.
Mhm.
If you don't have an AC, you are done.
Yes.
There is nothing you can do about it.
And I think
No matter, you've been in my room.
yes, and that's what I was gonna say.
AC can help.
And that's what I was gonna say. I feel like if we were to fix your situation, we can pull you into the dark side.
Nope. Because the moment I get out, I am melting. I do not stay dry in the summer. I am constantly moist.
You're very
Not by
moist.
my own choice. And I hate it. It's like I can never smell good in the summer. I'm always smelling like ass and sweat. Constantly. And I despise every second of it. That's why I like winter. Because in the winter, I'm the warm guy. I exude body heat that people desire.
Yes.
So say you're in a chick situation
Mhm.
and it's cold. The chicks want to hug you because you're warm. In the summer, nobody wants to fucking touch you. You're walking around like a fucking ball of mucus with legs, dude. Who the fuck wants to fucking touch that? Dude, I can't wear like gray shirts or any light colors, because then all this is a darker shade of whatever I'm wearing. And it's just no, I nope.
just
AC,
wear baseball tees.
All the AC will do is just I'm not getting outside. I'm staying indoors.
Yeah.
Which for the cold, you have more options.
You can buy.
You have the heater, you have clothing, you have the blankets, the idea of but I mean like if you go out, you can't go outside, it's cold, but I mean like how often do you even go outside in the first place? So it's not gonna be a big problem. How often do you go outside?
I can say the same thing about the heat.
No, but you can't escape the heat.
Get AC.
I don't have an AC.
You get an
It doesn't matter.
Get a different room.
No. If I could get a different room, I would be in a different room.
And that's my whole point. If we were to fix your situation
as soon as I get out, it's done.
Again, to your point, how often
But I do get out. You don't.
I do get out
For work. Because you have to.
and I work in the outside. You work in a freezer.
Yeah. It's great.
Because
Because
it's
it's
always
hot.
hot. He specifically and I work
I
in the
hate
coldest.
the heat, so I work in a freezer.
It sounds like you're in the wrong state.
No. Unfortunately, I am.
I feel like Canada would be more your fit.
See, but I don't want to be a Canadian. Who the fuck likes Canadians?
Hey, they got
I've heard
they got maple syrup.
Yeah.
I don't like
They got turkey bacon.
Ooh.
They got what else do they got? They got cold. They got snow.
They have Trudeau who does blackface. So
He does.
he does.
Yeah. Like, look at this is our weather right now.
It's gonna rain tomorrow.
Oh, what the?
Nice.
It is. What the heck?
It's gonna rain the next 2 days.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
glad Monday's not raining. See, and I'm glad I live in California because it doesn't rain too much, and my job I gotta work rain or shine.
See, now, if I turn your logic over, if you didn't have to be outside, would your opinion change? If you didn't have to deliver, if you had an indoor job, would you care
For
about rain?
The rain? No, I think I would enjoy the rain if I didn't work outside. Because I do, like, you know, like that whole cliche of like, well, you can stay inside and be chill when it's raining outside. It's kind of like relaxing for me. ever since I started this job, I fucking hate rain. I can't stand looking at my phone, looking up the weather, and seeing a whole week stacked of rain. Because
not to mention we're always, because I think we get it first.
Yes.
Because you're further out east,
Yes.
right? So we get it first. We'll be like, bro, it's pouring, and then you're like, no, stop it, don't say that. We're like, oh shit, it just got it got harder.
It's like a whole like week stacked of rain, and all I can think of is wet shoes and
oh, you have Vietnam feet.
There you go. Just like moist socks and like squishy boots.
And nice fungus in between feet, between toes. But
Did
it's
you
a
guys
good
ever?
thing you lactose.
Oh, I was gonna say that. Like, I think. Speaking of toes, did you guys ever, growing up, like, kind of being active? Like, what are you guys saying?
No, you're beautiful.
No, you're beautiful. You keep going.
Continue.
Keep going.
Leave me and my toes alone, even if I lack them.
Salud.
I was gonna say, have you guys ever, like, growing up, like, being active boys, being like in the band? Because I got this more when I was like in maybe elementary, middle school, and like freshman year. Like, I had a lot of athlete's foot, and just because I always play, and then my foot will always get wet, and then like for some reason, and then I will always have like athlete's foot. And I don't know if it was just a me thing. I didn't know what it was before. I just was like, wow.
Were you changing out your socks?
Yeah, because it would be like every week, whatever I play my games, and of course we would watch them. But then,
it
would always be there.
to prevent athletes foot, you have to do it like you gotta change your socks out daily.
But then, I would clean the crevices on my toes and stuff.
But you need like, if you have athlete's foot, you need to put in like powder or some shit.
So yeah, I had a cream that I would put.
See, I don't fuck with creams.
There's a spray that's like powder, like powder.
Yeah,
spray.
because I feel I've tried creams before, and it feels counterintuitive to what I'm trying to do. Because like the whole point is you have athlete's foot because your foot's always moist. It's always wet. So why would you put cream on it? Feels like powder is supposed to dry it up, absorb that moisture. I'm
trying to put myself in the place of the listeners. And so far we've talked about diarrhea and athlete's foot.
And pineapple on pizza, apparently that's disgusting.
Well,
yeah,
see,
it's all disgusting. That's part of the theme of today. So might as well keep going.
See, well, like something that I was gonna bring up eventually is that I've been seeing a lot of like conspiracy theory posts about the Super Bowl, as every other Super Bowl.
This feels so like not conspiracy theory though.
What
like
is
this Super Bowl, like nothing felt like it was rigged or anything. What was
no. Not about the game or anything. More so about the halftime performance. You've never seen that supposedly they perform rituals during like the halftime show.
I remember that was a big thing with Beyonce's performance.
Yeah, but she's the same one, allegedly.
Lady Gaga.
I've never heard
Katy Perry.
Did they do all that shit because like they're all Illuminatis and?
That's what they say.
That's supposedly what like.
Or like they got famous because like they pledged allegiance to Satan or whatever. Like I've seen that kind of shit.
And it's like
I mean, we should do a social experiment.
Like
just pledge our souls to Satan and see if we get famous. If we do, then you know what happened. Boom.
True.
If I lose more toes.
Do people still watch social experiments? Is that still a thing?
I don't know.
Or ever since they got discovered for being fake.
And then we like title it like
social experiment become famous, not fake at all.
Gone sexual. See, that's my favorite.
In the hood.
When it's like when it's like a clickbaity ass title like oh I got raped and molested at an Arby's. Gone sexual. It's like story time. I'm like, what? And then it was like, oh yeah, some lady pushed me in the line at Arby's, and I'm like,
yeah.
Whoa.
Quality content.
The most exagerado.
It's like
you could get.
It's like
it's still monetized and shit.
Yeah, that's the weird, and I think that's why you don't see them as often. Probably because YouTube started cracking down on. Well, I don't know if they have, but I'm assuming they did.
Because I remember social experiment videos were such like were everywhere,
or like pranks,
and I never bought into them because I always felt they were fake. And then eventually, a lot of them got proven to be fake.
There was a couple that
well, they're either that or the term social experiment didn't mean much to me anymore because they didn't feel like experiments; they just felt like pranks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There was a couple of them that did seem real. Like for example, like those in the hood ones, because some of them like they actually like got beat.
Okay, so then that's my third thing. Why would you do that?
Hey man, I think the internet went through a weird phase of do it for the Vine, of do whatever it takes
for the views,
for the clout.
Because I remember one. And I fucking love this video because I hate social experiment videos. I had a homie that always tried to get me to watch them. I'm like, they're just stupid. I'm not a fan of them. And there was one where like this dude had like this donkey, and he'd go up to people and be like, "Hey, you want to kiss my ass?" Dude, this one fool cracked him, and like hit him like that, and then he turns like to the camera like all like cross-eyed and shit, and then like falls face first, and then they just see him like in the hospital with like a big ass cut like right here in his chin. Oh no! And I was like, "Ha, loser!" That's what you get.
But it's like, I mean,
there was one dude that asked like if they're like he asked like a group of dudes in the hood like he's like, "What hood is this? Are you in the right hood or something like that?" And they start shooting at him. Oh. And then the camera guy said, no, it's a prank. And like the dudes in the car like, "Oh shit, for real, fam? Hey, my mixtape comes out and like what?" And I was like, "Yo, dude, like this can't be real, dude. Like he just got shot at and he's promoting his mixtape."
There's one I forget who it is. They do like those social awareness videos. This one was of buying shit on Craigslist, and so they basically set up a purchase of an iPhone, I believe, and then he meets up with the guy. He's like, "Hey, like they're doing the deal or whatever," and then out of nowhere, like dudes on like with ski masks come out and they kidnap the guy. They it's like a real dude. Like he has no idea this is happening, right? And so they put him in the car and like he's crying, freaking out, and then he's like, wait, and one of them, like the main guy,
and it's his friend.
No. The main guy takes off the mask and he's like, "Hey," I'm trying to remember his name because H3 makes fun of him. And then he's like, "Wait, like this, we're filming a video to raise awareness about the dangers of shopping in Craigslist," and I'm like,
by traumatizing this poor man.
And they go further. They set up a buy of a TV with the girl, right? And then like he meets her at the door. He's like, "Oh yeah, the TV is inside." The girl walks in. Like 6 dudes with hoods and like ski masks come out, and the girl's like crying, like, "Let me out." And the guy's like, "No, wait, chill, like it's just a video. It's just like we're trying to raise social like awareness, blah blah." And then like the girl runs out like crying, screaming, and then like he catches up to her and he's like, "Hey, like listen, we're sorry, like we're just trying to raise awareness of buying stuff on Craigslist."
I remember we used to make fun of this shit in high school, and we would be like, we're doing the stare at the sun challenge to raise awareness of blindness. The eat a whole pack of sugar to raise awareness of diabetes. Like we were, because they were making so many, like it's so much shit like that it's like your PSA is doing more damage than like the thing it actually is about.
Like, I think the guy's name is Ethan Bradbury.
That sounds familiar.
Ethan Bradbury. Like he used to make like social experiment videos
again,
and it's like bro, is that the most efficient way of raising awareness? Like, hey, let me just set up a meet with the guy who probably needs money for his rent and just wants to sell his iPhone. And just like kidnap him, kidnap him, like come here. Oh, it's just a prank, bro. Chill.
There's no like you couldn't have like actually acted one out, like staged one out. It had to be fucking had to be like an actual let's kidnap somebody. Nah, dude, it's good. You good.
Yeah.
Does he still have his channel?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ethan Bradbury.
Yeah, I remember this dude. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like this is like what? That's what kind of like he does. Pranky stuff.
I'm not about it.
Wait,
He stopped though.
he went to H3's podcast.
Where?
But Middle Row Bright. Awkward interview.
Oh.
Ethan Bradbury. Oh, I gotta watch this because H3. Yeah, he bags on Ethan Bradbury so much. For a long time, H3's videos consisted of just bagging on this man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even right here, slamming Ethan and he looked.
I gotta watch this
Because he was on.
I gotta see because it's like I don't know if it's clickbaity or not, where it says slamming them, and then when you watch it, like it's only like the highlight reel of what he said. But if you watch the whole thing, it's like, nah, dude, you got slammed for like an hour. You got about 3 minutes.
You guys remember Sam Pepper?
Yes. Well, he was like groping chicks, no, or some shit like that.
Apparently, yeah. Like I think what was her name? Lacey Green, I think was her name. She was like this She was like this like crazy feminist chick, and then the biggest plot twist of all time is like she was just like super like feminist, like about like she was like the like crazy feminist, but she also made like female education videos and whatever, and then she turned out to be like I think she ended up being a Republican. Like she was like super left, and somewhere in like the 2016 elections, she started making videos like saying, you know what, like I'm leaving like the left, like you guys are like all crazy, like I think I'm gonna be either like somewhere in the center or center right, but basically she was like a Republican chick at the end of the day, and she was like, I was like,
was it a joke the whole time? Was it an actual like enlightenment, if you want to call it that? Like,
I don't know, because she had a lot of like Republican talking points, so I don't know if like the whole like feminist thing was like just to make money,
it was just a gimmick,
or if it's now the other way, or maybe she's just a person that's looking for opportunity, and then like she doesn't really believe in either or, but she's just like playing the part to create revenue.
Okay. Isn't that what they say like Trump is doing? Like he's not really like a Republican. Like he's actually kind of like almost in the middle, but then like he's playing more of his Republican part.
Well, like for sure he's always been a Democrat.
Right.
Like he's like his whole life he was a registered Democrat, and then he decided to run on the Republican Party. And then we can like it gets into a little more into the conspiratorial like territory, but he like him running was supposed to be a meme, but then when he realized that he could actually do it, he was like, you know what?
He was like, yeah, let's try it. Yeah,
like he gave it the old college try, and he's the 45th president of the U.S. It was supposed to be for the memes, and then he ended up getting elected. He saw
that was the ultimate meme, is actually making him president.
Is that how probably Arnold Schwarzenegger won governor?
Who?
Arnold Schwarma.
Arnold Schwarma.
Like how did he become
Mr. Olympia? Arnold Schwarma,
the Dominator. How did he become the governor?
Wait, what the fuck are you talking about?
Was that the
what?
The Terminator. He was a Terminator, no?
He said, how did he become?
How did he become?
Because I was like, what Australian accent is that?
How did he become the governor?
Yeah, the governor. Because
I think it was just it was the same way.
Did he just?
He's Australian?
No, he's Austrian.
Okay, but he had an Australian accent.
Okay, you threw me.
It's because I've been practicing my
Australian. He's like, oh, governor, I want to be governor.
Oi. It's because I've been practicing my Australian accent, so. It came out.
It's on.
Because I can't do it.
I was right on it.
He's a man of culture.
Yeah.
Because I can't do the other one. So, like, that one I've been practicing, it came out.
But no, I think...
Did he come, like, for the memes, too?
No, I think he was, like, actually interested in politics.
But since everyone knew him, yes. he won.
Yeah. It's kind of like the whole thing of The Rock running. I think if The Rock were to run, I think he would win because he's famous. He's popular.
Yeah. It's kind of like it was the same thing with, like, Reagan, no?
Yeah.
Because he was an actor, but he won in California, and he was Republican.
Interesting.
He was the governor, and then when he went for election, it was like one of the few times, if not the one time, California was red.
See, he's an actor, but I don't think I've ever watched anything with him.
Like,
wasn't he like in Deep Throat or something? I remember hearing something about that.
And what? Deep Throat?
I don't know if that was a joke or not, but I remember that shit.
Go back.
Or he was watching it or some shit.
Like go back to the main page.
Oh,
they had his movies right there.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to go
Who
back.
taught you how to use Wikipedia?
Movies and TV shows.
Bedtime for Bonzo.
Classic.
Bedtime for Bonzo.
Wait, click on view. He had 45 movies.
Dang.
That's so mad.
See, like, yeah, like as the same
Look for
thing as
Deep
you.
Throat.
I've never knew like what movies these were, and then now when you realize it, you never realize like how many like actual movies there's been like out. Cause like there's a point in life where like the 80s is like my like knowledge of like where the movies like started, just because I haven't seen really anything before that. Maybe the 70s.
Bastard.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, I know like a lot of the movies and like the classics and all that.
You probably think like in the 80s they did the thing where they were like that, and then the movie theaters had someone playing the synthesizer. Because if it was 80s, they had to be like all synthy.
Because like look at these like Cattle Queen of Montana. What the heck is this movie about?
It's about the cattle queen of Montana. From Montana.
Yeah, like you don't realize.
It's a cowboy movie, clely.
See, when Defiant Rancher, female rancher, Sierra Nevada Jones.
You can't tell me that's a dope ass wrestler named Sierra Nevada Jones.
Ooh.
Fuck.
There you go. Sierra Barbara Stanwyck sweeps into Montana. She receives a hostile welcome from the tribal Native Americans who attack her cattle and leave her father dead. Kindly Indian Brave Colorados. Wait, is that a name? Kindly Indian Brave Colorados.
Colorados is his name.
Oh, Lance Fuller.
Governor officer.
See, you can tell because like what? You can tell this was updated because if this was like actually like in the actual like movie, they would not say Native Americans. It would be all Indians.
Harold Tira for the five Atlanta gives a tractor of locusts.
But they missed one because they said kindly Indian, kindly Native American.
So this is a movie about cowboys and Indians, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Wow,
that's and then
unique.
Yes, but back in the day, like maybe up until the 90s, maybe. Or maybe the early 2000s when they started. Like now, the movies nowadays are just a bunch of remakes. There's no like unique movies anymore.
Oh yeah. They started
doing remakes. But then you realize like how many original stuff there's been like since movies were out.
I mean, especially in horror movies.
Yeah.
Well, after the Saw and Hostel, like all the what's the word?
Gore.
Gore. But there's like a torture porn. Right, once
skyrocketed.
Once that shit was over, like once the peak season of that ended, it was like, okay, what do we do? Mm-hmm. Remakes. Let's do remakes. Let's remake it. I'm surprised there's not a Jaws remake yet.
But, yeah, there's like remakes of everything. Like it is. I wonder why that is. Have we reached a point where like everything's been done?
I think
if it's not remakes, then it's like adaptations of like other like. Already
my point is that why isn't that a lot of like of course there's a lot of originals coming out, but like it seems like it's like 50% are originals and 50% are remakes.
I would say a phrase that I've heard a lot and I really do believe in is nostalgia is a hell of a drug. And as soon as you see something that you've recognized from the old, immediately you're like, let's go watch it. But then eventually you find out it's a shittier version of what you saw before.
Because I feel like at some point in time there was 100% original content, and like little by little, like it's inching away to like now. I feel like it's 50-50.
That's kind of what I was talking about. Like now, like there's like what's the original movie you've like
Hereditary.
Yeah, or like Cowboys versus Aliens. That's like one that I remember.
The
like,
Ford versus
Ferrari. Well, that's about
gyms on Echelon and Kamar.
I was watching the movie the other day and I couldn't find where it was. It's a part.
They showed it in the trailer. Unless the trailer
is the only part where they.
Yeah, unless they don't have the footage in the trailer in the movie.
Wait, Is that why gyms now has like LCD screens for their menu now?
Looks
Ooh,
nice.
they cashed out.
Yeah, dude. You don't remember them fucking seats? Like, you can fall in, dude, because there was no fucking cushion like halfway through.
Now the whole
It was it looked full, but as soon as you sat in it, you like sunk down.
So your knees basically like picked my ride.
Yeah, your knees made contact with your forehead, dude. That's how you were sitting to eat at gyms. And then like once the movie passed, and I remember passing by. I think we were filming, and I was going home on Amar, and I remember everything was blacked out. They blocked the roads. You saw a bunch of trucks, and then there was a bunch of old cars, right? And I happened to pass through when they hadn't blocked Amar yet. It was probably like had to have been like around 11 midnight. It had to have been late at night. And I remember passing by, and I'm like a car show or some shit. Like, what the fuck? Little did I know, Batman and who's the other? Who else is in that movie?
Matt Damon. So what is he?
Batman and I was gonna say Daredevil, but that's not Daredevil. That's Ben Affleck.
He's Batman.
Who?
Matt
he's the.
Yeah. We know.
Who's your Batman? Who if I told you right now, who's your Batman? What actor would in your head comes up Batman?
I think Ben for me.
Affleck?
Ben Affleck?
Really? Mine's Christian Bale for sure. Like Dark Knight, like that was I grew up on that.
I think cause
mine's Michael Keaton.
I love those movies. Yeah, I love those movies. I grew up on that too, but then like I had more.
Because I remember I had the game of it too on the Super Nintendo.
See, well, I've never been like really big on Batman, so it's kind of like the most recent one.
Wait.
Whatever the most recent one is, like the one.
The Dark Knight.
Batman versus Superman.
The real shitty ones.
Like he doesn't even have a movie out. It's like Batman versus Superman.
You have to see I haven't even seen the Dark Knights, and I can tell you have to see the Dark Knight ones because I have not.
What the heck?
Well, that's just because it's like I'm lazy to watch movies as much as I want to. Me da flojera.
I feel you. I have
because now I have to be engaged for the next like hour and 20 minutes at the very least.
Right.
It's kind of like the same reason I don't like playing like League, because I know as soon as I click start, I'm in there for the long run, and the like 5 minutes in, I'm like, how do I get out of here?
You would hate World of Warcraft because
I can't,
because like raid nights, like when the guild is starting, like, and they're like fresh, raid days take about like 2 days of like 3 to 4 hour sessions.
Nope.
And then like as soon as like everyone gets it together and everyone starts understanding the raids, it's like about an hour and a half.
I can't do that. I have no time for that. I like playing like Madden because like I can play 2 games and I'm like, okay, I've had my fill. I think the last time I've had like a long gaming session, I was playing Borderlands 2.
That's a good game too.
Borderlands 2 is a great game. Borderlands, you wouldn't know it because Borderlands 1 is trash.
I've never played any of the Borderlands series.
I would probably tell you, play Borderlands 2, skip the first Borderlands. The first Borderlands is boring as fuck.
I've heard 3 is like good too, but like still Borderlands 2, I think.
I still haven't finished the pre-sequel, which was technically the third game in order in release. It was the third game, but I mean, I think it's like technically, it's like before 1 or before 2. I forget which one. I think it's before 2.
See, my game series was GTA.
I never finished one GTA game.
I finished GTA 5.
I've played Vice City. I've played San Andreas. I've played 4. I've played 5, and I've never finished a single one.
I've played every single one of them. I even played the I think it's the 1984 version where it's like a bird's eye view, where it's like
is it like Chinatown Wars?
No. That's a more recent one. But it's like it was a like.
Is it like on the Atari? Like it's like Pong? Like
it was like an Atari Nintendo like game. It was like old school.
But it was GTA.
Yeah, GTA.
The OG.
Yeah, the very first one
that doesn't look anything like what GTA is now. or it's just the fucking little carrito like.
No, just look up GTA.
I'm pretty sure it's not called OG game. Just literally Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto series.
Well, I feel like it's gonna come out.
No, just put even Grand Theft Auto 1 like
Auto.
So now go on games on View 20 plus. Because that's how many games they got.
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
There's really 20.
Yeah,
When I was small, I used to think San Andreas was like the first one.
Mm-mm.
No.
No.
Go back. Yeah, keep going.
Keep going.
Keep going.
No way it goes like.
See that one, the no.
64?
Yeah. Grand Theft Auto 64.
Or this one.
And that one too. I've played all of them. I've played every single one of them.
What? Yeah, I wasn't.
I think my favorite storyline wise is Grand Theft Auto 3 with the Italian mob.
Mm-hmm.
That was such a great storyline. And then Vice City was really good too.
I mean, they have to bring back Vice City.
Yeah,
they have to do a new Vice City.
And
right now,
I think they're working on a new one.
Right now, when like everything Miami and Miami Vice and 80s and all that shit is hot right now, you're telling me that GTA is not gonna capitalize on that and throw a GTA Vice City 2 or whatever?
If they release a new Vice City stories, like a new version of it, you guys are not gonna see me for a while.
Because I've heard they're trying to make how they made for GTA 5 like San Andreas, like you could visit kind of like the whole map pretty much. That they were gonna make where you go across like whatever they call the US and like in their game, where you go across to wherever Miami Vice and like GTA 4, like where it takes place. That you could like take a plane,
take like an airport or something, like,
or you take a plane.
Like
Liberty City, Los Santos, dude, that would be sick. That would be
because it's like Los Santos, then you go up. Whatever.
I miss the OG map from San Andreas, because I feel like the one for GTA 5 they really capture the essence of the LA area, but it has like no Vegas or no San Francisco. Really.
Well, now I think they added like recent in the online they added like a gambling type thing, so they might have added that part into the map.
Isn't that like a legit casino?
Yeah, like you can actually like bet money.
That's what, like so now shit is sketchy on that. I find it sketchy.
Yeah,
because it's basically like actual legit gambling.
GTA 5 came in 20.
That's crazy. I just saw that, and that's crazy.
Wait a minute.
It came out 7 years ago, bro. People are still playing this shit.
Wait a minute.
People are still playing this shit, and it came out in 2013.
Wait a minute.
It's been 7 years since a GTA game.
Wait.
Think about that, bro. Machinima Respawn was still alive.
Oh, don't break my heart, you whore,
dude. Why?
Think about that, bro.
My mind is blown. I feel like my perception of time is very horrible. Sometimes I mix what I did like yesterday, like as if I did it like 2 weeks ago, and like my wife will tell me like, "Oh no, like that was yesterday," and I'm like,
that was me when I used to think 2007 was like last year, but it was like it's actually 10 like now going on 13 years ago. I was like, wait, 2007.
So like, do you go like? Do like race first thing in the morning, and Molly's like, "What are you doing?" It's like, "Dude, I'm late. Call time is at 6. I gotta get to work, man."
Like, babe,
of course not. Of course not. It's not like see, but with that, I just
got triggered. Right?
I have it to where like for example, 2013, that felt like a couple years ago. Like I remember playing GTA on the PS3 when it first came out, on the PS4.
PS3.
Yes, PS3. I remember playing it.
Because PS4 came out in 2013 also.
And then I was so pissed that I had to buy a new game.
It was an excuse for me, like, okay, now we can finally get rid of this PS3.
Yeah.
We got one for Christmas.
That's such a mindfuck. Like, to me, GTA 5 just came out like a couple years ago. Not 7 years ago. It doesn't
seem that.
I mean, 7 years ago is just like a couple years ago. I will see it unless it's like recent.
A couple years ago is 2 years ago. That's what a couple means.
A couple years ago, Donald Trump was elected.
What?
Yeah. This a couple years ago is like Obama's second term.
Yes. No, Obama's. The re-election to his second term. Dude, that's
we're old.
That just hurt my head. Cause see, for me, the gap between like, let's say like Grand Theft Auto, like Liberty City stories, not Liberty City, not the shitty 2010 one, but Liberty City Stories, the one for the PSP, the gap between that one and GTA 5 was so long. But it's like, go scroll to the side to see Liberty City Stories. Right there. 05.
Oh, here? The trilogy?
No. The one on the left. That one, between GTA, that one and the other one is 8 years. So that one didn't feel as long. The gap between that game and GTA 5 didn't feel as long for me than the gap between today and when GTA 5 released. Between GTA 5 and now, it feels like, now that I put it into perception, I'm like, wait a minute, that was a long fucking time ago.
Is that crazy?
Yeah,
that's wild.
I feel, and then what hurts my head more is I feel that days go slow, but I feel like years go fast. Like, dang. Like,
yes, in retrospect, they do feel like they go fast.
I mean, think about it, bro. Like, almost a year ago, you guys went to the first Vegas trip. That was almost a year ago.
Dang. And we're going like in 2 weeks.
But doesn't it feel like it just happened? Like the first, like it doesn't feel that long ago.
If it does feel like
a lot of the moments still feel very
fresh.
Vivid.
Yeah, to me fresh. Like I can still picture it, but it does feel like, dang.
I mean, I was going down like the nostalgia train, and I was watching like old Machinima Respawn things, and I'm like, fuck, dude, at one point, like,
that was 7 years ago.
First person shooters were like the shit. You couldn't get out of watching a Modern Warfare 2 gameplay somewhere. Bro. And now nobody even talks about that shit. A new COD comes out and like
they play it for like a week,
and
maybe
that's
two.
It's done. It's
I feel like this new COD is making a little bit of a comeback. I feel like I see it more often. Like, I feel like it's hurt.
The magic.
Maybe it's just because the people you like follow or listen to or watch.
At least like from I watch now on YouTube, like I barely hear it.
That's me too. Well, now it died off. There was like a point where when it came out, like the hype was there, obviously, but then it dies off. But like usually there's games like GTA, there's hype, and then there's not really hype, but still a lot of people are playing it.
Yeah.
Like CS:GO, Overwatch, WoW, League, GTA. Like COD is a game, but since they come out with the game like every year, it's hard to like have.
It doesn't feel special, and it doesn't feel like the lifespan is as long.
Yeah,
it feels like a very quick.
So now I think they should come out with the game, but they updated that game for years and years and years.
Kind of like WoW.
Like WoW or Overwatch.
Because that's the crazy thing about WoW. WoW came out 15 years ago, and then there was expansions like every year, every couple of years, right? So they just added content onto that one game.
I feel like that or at least that shit is like, I've heard a lot of really very
mixed reviews.
Well, a lot of, I guess, mixed reviews with just Blizzard in general, like with the shit they're doing.
Yes.
Nowadays, and like the new Reforged or whatever.
I wouldn't say mixed. I would say more negative.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm not a Blizzardman, so I would not. I don't play anything that is Blizzard because they're communist. But I've heard like the more recent one that's gonna come out, that's been the pre-order one, like Reforged or something like that. Yeah. That like the actual in-game doesn't look anything like the trailer that they had presented.
Yeah. So and not only that they lie about the artwork. So this is a remake, right? Because it's Reforged. It's a remake of Warcraft 3 Frozen Throne. They're basically throwing an axe at Warcraft 3, and you cannot play it anymore. They
so it's not a remake. It's more like a patch.
Listen, they cut the game out as if it never existed. You can no longer play your copy of Frozen Throne anymore. They X'd out the servers, and they said, now you got to play this. all your progression
It's gone.
all your ranks wiped out. And what was a big deal about Warcraft 3 is the custom maps. People made custom maps.
Oh, I heard all that customization either is not there or it's owned by Blizzard.
Yes. Blizzard now owns all those custom maps. They said, hey, thank you for your hard work. We built this great community. We are going to cash out. And it's like,
I'm telling you, bro, like, I don't know why people continue to support Blizzard. I understand that there's a big community and everything, but like, as long as y'all keep playing that shit, they're gonna keep doing it, right. And it's not gonna change.
I mean, they make all right games where like you can still go back and play them, like WoW, Overwatch, and stuff.
And this is the point that I was gonna make to your point of like nostalgia is a hell of a drug. They released classic WoW, like a remastered version of vanilla, of the very first version of the game. I never played vanilla, but now that I'm playing classic, I feel like I'm reliving my childhood, although I've never lived that childhood playing that game. It's a weird like it's a weird thing in my head because I'm like enjoying it as if I were a kid. Like everything feels so fresh, so new. Like I'm enjoying the experience, but it's like an old ass game.
It's like me and Modern Warfare 3. I never played it, and I'm playing it right now on a PS3.
And it's like, but you're enjoying the nostalgia of something you never had.
Exactly.
And it's so bizarre how that works because I'm like, wait, why am I getting nostalgic about a game I've never played?
It feels like one of those like you were aware that this was happening, but you weren't part of the culture, and now you feel part of the culture.
Wait, when they came out back in the day, did you know about it?
No, I didn't find out about WoW until...
Mine was until the Panda one.
I played in Mr. Pandaria.
Okay, that's when I would see commercials on TV, and I was like, "Oh, what is that game?" I always see it.
I always thought it was Kung Fu Panda.
Right.
I thought it was out of the movie, and I was like, "I'm not playing."
Yeah, that was like the first time I seen something about like
World of Warcraft. That was my first expansion. But like, it's so crazy how people have been committed for that game for 15 years, and they're gonna continue being committed to it because the classic came out, and there's a new expansion coming out. So it's like. And you know, it's kind of like, when are they going to stop? That's what concerns me, like for the people that have been committed to the community for so long, because it seems now that they're running out of content. Like there's a lot of complaints for content and saying like, oh, like this new expansion is shitty because there was one called Warlords of Draenor. That one had mixed reviews. Some people loved it, some people hated it. The one that came after it was called Battle for Azeroth. Everyone hates it. It's a meme.
That's like the most recent one.
Yes, right? The most recent one. It's a fucking meme expansion. And now it's like this new one, Shadowlands, coming out. Everyone is like hyped about it, but I'm like, wait, hold on. You had a 50-50 expansion, and then you had more of an 80-20 expansion where 80% hated it. Like, why are you building up the hype for this new
insanity, dude? You're using the same logic, doing everything the same way and expecting different results.
That's insanity. And
it's just like their more recent track record speaks for itself.
Yeah.
The same thing with like Bethesda, like with they're the ones who do a Fallout. I've been hearing that shit that game's practically broken.
Right, the
76, and then they released Fallout 76 1 or some bullshit like that, which is like pay an additional $100 to play your $60 game, and then the game itself is broken. So like it's something about like you put your shit in chest or something, but anyone can it either disappears or people can access it. So it does nothing.
See, I had a conversation with Adrian about like gaming companies. It seems like the smaller companies, like for example, right now I'm playing a game called it's called Escape from Tarkov. It's a Russian company. It started with 12, like a staff of 12, very small. And even on like their logging screen, it says like if you submit a ticket, please wait 10 or 12 days to get a response because of how backed up we are. So it's like fuck. This like 12-man operation is making like an excellent game, and with like crowdfunding.
You heard that too, right?
Okay, no, that has to be fireworks.
With Craig.
I mean,
But I mean, I heard.
yeah, I heard that too.
We're in the ghetto. Oh yes,
the
small
team.
companies.
Yeah.
Small companies. It's crazy how small companies are putting so much effort and like they really want to make their shit happen. To whereas these like AAA companies are like, here you go. You guys can have this half-assed game. And now on top of everything that Blizzard's going through, they made staff cuts.
That's what I heard.
So so like for example, like Classic WoW, they had a big team. I think it got slashed like 60%. So now whatever they had, they kept 40% of the staff. And the same thing with all the other games. I think Overwatch took a hit too.
That's what I saw.
And so like it's like, you guys have the money. Like what's going on and like in the behind the scenes with those companies that they're just cutting like funding. They're just not giving a shit anymore. And I feel bad for the people who have been committed to the community, even plus like over 15 years, because Warcraft came out in the 90s. Like the Luna's dad, he's played that game since it came out, since the 90s, and so he's done it too.
And all that?
It's a generational game.
I didn't know that.
And so it's crazy. Like
I think I've seen him playing in the den area before.
Yeah, his dad.
Right?
Yeah, and the big old
the big
TV
screen. Yeah.
Yo, on the screen, the big
TV?
TV?
like this.
The one they have in their little room.
No.
Oh, the one
not the one against the wall.
Oh,
It's like when you first open the door, like the computer that's right there.
I was like, yo, on the big,
no, not that one,
No. But yeah, it's like it's kind of sad, and like I do feel for those communities. It's like you guys have been committed to a company for over like 20 years.
That company's not the same company it was in the 90s.
And what fucked them up was a merge with Activision.
Oh,
You think so?
Activision.
Yes.
No, we know so.
Oh.
Activision's fucked up a lot of fucking games and just cheapen them up.
True. I mean, this last one's been alright. The Modern Warfare game. I'm liking it. It's just the gameplay is weird, but they're good games.
Ooh, Destiny.
That was
Destiny.
We're gonna talk about
had a lot of potential, and they ran that game to the ground.
Nah, bro. Not Destiny, Anthem.
Oh yeah, that's
Anthem is unplayable, and that's EA.
Yeah,
that's BioWare. Those are the dudes who did Mass Effect.
Oh,
People love that game.
Yeah.
So you have a friend. Shout outs to the homie Brett from Tennessee.
Shout outs to Tennessee. The Bretts from Tennessee.
You're the only.
All of the Bretts.
I see.
He's been a long time.
You just love throwing that shit out any chance you get.
Sorry.
He's been a homie for a long time, and he was like ultra excited for Anthem. Like he was like, like after Anthem comes out, like fuck all these games. Like I'm just gonna be playing Anthem left and right. I don't know if he bought the game. I can't remember if he just played the testing beta. But he said it was just absolute garbage, and like the way like when he was describing everything that was wrong with the game, I felt the pain through like the headphones. I was like, fuck, dude. Like, and it sucks when that happens, you know. Like you get hyped up for something. It's like you're hyped up for a movie. You think like, oh, this director or this production company, they're gonna make a great product, and it's just like, here you go.
So what do you think they could do to like fix it? Because I think they should be able to like ask their community what they want. Because a lot of the times, no, or at least for just in general, the big companies, like if their games are getting shitty and people are like getting disappointed at what they're releasing, I think they should like go to the community or their fans, whatever, and then ask them. Because sometimes there's a lot of fan like art or like fan ideas that come out, or even like in CS:GO, like you know how they have the community skins.
Yes.
Some of them are like so dope, but they're better than the ones that like the actual people
designers,
make.
Yeah.
So like
it's like, well, I think, and this is again, Adrian like brought up this solution, and I do agree with him, is that it's with for example, at least with Blizzard, the merger with Activision, it was like I think the CEO, his like title is now like president, right? Because the company got so fragmented that he's like the president now. And so with that, a lot of suits.
Is it the long-haired guy?
Yeah, a lot of suits, a lot of corporate guys went in, and they got the hands on the games, and they're like, ooh,
as
cash
it always happens.
Cash grabs. And so the thing that made WoW or Blizzard was the fact that like the guy, the CEO, I forget his name, the CEO, he made the game himself. He dedicated like his whole, like, I guess you could say it's his life's work of like, I'm gonna dedicate my game, like gameplay over like visuals. And I mean, you could tell like in the old Blizzard games, like they look like shit, but the mechanics were like really good, which is why like games like StarCraft are still huge to this day. Like they have tournaments for them, like millions of dollars in StarCraft tournaments, like the old StarCrafts anyway. But the thing was that these were nerds making a product for nerds. And now it's like corporate dudes trying to make games for nerds, and it doesn't work. It's kind of like entertainment. That's why like entertainment has gotten so PC and so like corporate of like, oh, actually that joke cannot be used because it might trigger like and then they like drop the scroll of the people that it might affect, and it's like, oh well, fuck. Like,
I mean that happens in like movies and shit.
Yeah.
Like if I remember, because I watch a YouTube channel called Dead Meat, and they're all about horror movies. Like the guy and the guy and the chick in there, they're like film majors and specializing in horror movies, and that's all they do. Mm-hmm. And like he'll like talk about like the first movie, like the first Friday the 13th or the first Halloween or whatever, and he'll cover the whole series, and you can see how the first one was like really popular, right? It got picked up by a big company, and just progressively the movies just get shittier and shittier, or they're like just copy paste movies, or
an example. What would it be?
Or like Friday the 13th.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because in there one, he's like in space.
Yeah, Jason X.
Bro, I feel like those were when the companies.
But like, say like I think it's something like 2 through 4 is like pretty much the exact same movie, like all the way through. And but they're like, the studio was like, no, we want more of this. Just it worked the first time, it'll work 6 more times.
See, and I think at the end of the day, it is like the money, because I have a friend who I'm not gonna say his name, who streams. He's like a Twitch partner and whatever.
He's a Twitcher.
He started streaming for fun, you know, cool guy. And then he got picked up by like some like company, kind of like Phase,
or like an organization.
Yeah. Like a media,
like a partner, no?
Yeah,
or some
yeah.
shit like that. I forget
And
what
so,
they're referring
or
to
agency or something like that.
Kind of like that. And so after that, like he used to cuss a lot. Like in real life, he cusses like a sailor. Like he just like hey, fuck face, hey this, like, you know, like he'll just go off on people. On Twitch, super like family friendly, advertisement friendly like channel. And like apparently like he like when there's people on Discord with him, like he doesn't allow like people to cuss. I don't know if I'm making this up or if someone told me that, but he doesn't allow people to like cuss. And then
he's like, gee willikers, rats,
and
succotash.
And so yeah, I think
one more.
And
the
whippersnappers. and so I think at the end of the day, it's like people swinging like money in front of them, like, hey, you want the check? Like, this is what you gotta do. And it's like they're molding everything like into such a like cushion, like PC, don't cuss because you might like trigger Jimmy over here. Like, to be honest, fuck Jimmy.
Fuck them.
Who the fuck is Jimmy anyway? I don't even like the name Jimmy.
Yeah, I prefer Sprinkles.
Jimmy can go fuck himself.
Oh.
You like that one?
Fine.
You like that one?
You take, gee whiz, you take this one.
Rayos!
Ay caramba! So yeah, and then yeah, like at the end of the day,
Snails!
It's like, it sucks because they kind of just kill the creative juice out of people.
Yeah.
It's like, I was
You
like,
can see with music too.
True. That could be a whole discussion. About
Yeah,
music.
don't worry. I mean,
Well,
one day we'll be there.
really with music though? Because like I
Yeah.
mean, like look at rap. It's dirtier than ever.
But
But
that's
then,
popular.
yeah, but that's now rap is becoming like the popular thing.
Look at like Katy Perry.
Oh, so
Katy Perry started like Kate Hutchinson or something like that, and she was doing Christian music.
Mm-hmm.
oh wait, so there it's the reverse effect on music.
Well, no, just in this
No.
case,
Yeah.
I would say in this case, because like, you can always say like, oh, they're not sellouts, and sometimes you can hear and sometimes it's like, this is more of an artistic choice, and other times you're like, nah, I think this
Yeah,
is
because
a sellout.
there's almost, I don't think there's not one person that's like done something sellout
Yeah, because like for example, like
Or like the studio will be like, or the label will be
We
like,
want,
yeah,
like-
we want you guys to sound more
like this.
radio friendly. Or we
Mhm.
want, you know, you guys do a lot of cussing. Can you just like maybe keep it to like one or two
Yeah.
songs?
like my favorite like albums are like mixtapes
Mm-hmm.
of the people release like on their own.
Well, that's for that same reason.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it's like that's like you really get to capture like, okay, this is who this person is, rather than like what you said, like radio friendly.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like well, why is there so much like micromanagement going on? Like,
Hey man, I think sometimes you just have to secure the bag.
Yeah, that's where like
It's one of those things where it's like, you just like you are yourself.
Mhm.
You do what you do. The opportunity comes to secure the bag,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Take it.
And whether you like it or not, you'll likely have to change whatever you do if you want to secure that bag.
Mhm.
If you go the route of, nah, you know what, I'm gonna stay me, I'm gonna be me,
But then you're like,
you're running a very high chance of not being anywhere but being
Mhm.
yourself.
yeah,
Or securing the bag,
getting
your bag,
Get-
and then being like, you know what,
Yes.
fuck that shit. I'm
Yes.
gonna be me again.
That's like always
Yeah.
been like, whenever people like, oh yeah, I hate that you sell out, blah blah blah, this or that. I was like, dude, let
Like,
them
he's
get
getting
the
the bag.
Get the bag.
You gotta get the bag.
Yeah, and then after he has enough, he'll be like, you know what, I don't need you guys. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go back
I'm
to
on-
my
I'm
old
on-
way.
It's like, say like NBA players
mhm.
when they get drafted to like a really good player, like let's say your boyfriend Devin Booker. He's been on a really shitty Phoenix Suns
The
team for a
most.
long time, and he signed. Did he get a supermax?
4-year. I could look it up real quick, but like a 4-year.
He signed a big ass contract.
Yes.
You know why? Because in the NBA, the team that could offer him the most money is the team that he was drafted with.
Mhm.
Why do players take that second contract? They're securing their bag.
Mhm.
That's why someone like Kevin Durant, after he has secured the bag, he can go and secure the bag somewhere else. Sure, it's a smaller bag,
Yeah.
but now
It's a
he's like,
bag now.
it's
But now
a
he
bag
has a
nonetheless.
bag.
But now he has the clout to
Yeah.
go and do whatever he
Or
wants.
even take the bag, and then what if he got injured and he could never like play again? At least he was able to get the
Mm.
bag, and then he could live his life with the bag, and that bag could secure his whatever.
So that's why when people
Yeah.
are like, "Oh, you're a seller,"
Yeah.
it's really like,
I never liked
I'm
that.
like, it's like you're doing what you got to do for your future.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? How often do you love your job every moment of the day? Like, no, there's gonna be times
Yeah.
you'll be like, man, fuck this.
Yeah.
But
So,
it
5 years, 158 million with the Suns. So,
but he could only get that contract with the Suns.
Mhm.
Anywhere else would be a smaller contract.
Right.
Right.
So the only reason he's staying
There's the money.
is the money.
Which I don't mind.
But-
If he's gonna be on a shitty team, at least give him like,
Yeah,
okay, if
let
I'm gonna
him-
be
let him
here and I'm
secure
a
the bag.
yeah, let him get my bag.
So it's like, let's say in this situation, right?
And let's
What-
end it on this.
Hmm?
Let's end it on like
Oh,
this
okay, okay.
conversation. Sorry.
We have nothing to lose, right? We really don't have much. If
I have
after
this
this
ring.
podcast, someone's like, "Yo, we want you to secure this bag, but you're gonna have to like speak a certain way, or be a little less barrio." I'm trying to think the Mexican version of urban. Or-
Barrio.
or they could be like, "Yeah, we like it. Can you add a little more spice?" Can you say like a little more ondelays or something?
Ondelays.
Right? You know what? It is what it is. I must secure the bag.
Yeah.
After the bag is secured, or once I've had my investments, once you can like, once you've set yourself, because ultimately that's what it is.
See, like I can understand that sentiment. What I don't like side with is like the people who like sell out and remain sell out.
Well, yeah, of course.
That's a different thing.
Yeah,
that's a totally different.
It's like, bruh. So yeah, like for example, Bad Bunny. I'm not a huge fan of his mainstream stuff. Mm-hmm. There's one or two songs that are like cool, but then like the stuff he does low key is like.
See that's like, what I mean. Lit. So, kind of staying in this mindset. I was never a fan because I was a music major. Mm-hmm. I was never a fan of people who were either jazz majors or did like theater or like hell like classical music. I think weirdly enough still has some clout. You can still like if you get into like a Philharmonic or you can do like film score. Like I feel like there's more opportunities. Just because that's there. Like yeah. If you're in jazz, you're either playing in one of two venues, maybe three. A small club, a wedding, or for exposure. So that's all you're getting, right?
And then
you're getting tips or exposure.
And then all the songs you are only able to play is what's in the big book.
Yeah. That's what you're getting paid in. You're getting so when the rent is due, you can tell your landlord, here's some exposure. Okay?
I'm laughing kind of hard because there's a backstory to exposure.
And you know what's sad is that it's like it wasn't just us. There was a bunch. It's just a general thing. Or like, oh, how much you make? I don't know. Count the tip jar. Like, no, I'm not about that. Or like in theater, I remember there was like a chick who'd always be like, "Come and support the theater. Come and support the theater." I'm like, wouldn't it be just smarter to go the commercial music route? Do whatever it is you want to do commercially, secure your bag, and your side hustle can be whatever niche thing you do. Mm-hmm. So, for example, Jay-Z's tour drummer, right? Jay-Z's music isn't incredibly complex.
Ari Spears, no?
I think that's his name.
The big dude?
Oh, no, he wasn't.
Or the Roots, dude. The guy from the Roots, because...
I forgot his name. Chris showed me it, because like, he would, like, you just imagine, like, Jay-Z's music. How complicated could it be, right. Drumming-wise, right? Right. But I'm pretty sure he's got to get a hefty check from that tour. But his side hustle... He's doing like gospel, and holy shit, dude! He's just like every limb is in a different time signature and different like tempo, dude. Like what he can actually do is insane. He's like way overqualified for like Jay-Z music, but he's securing the bag there while still on the side doing his own hustle.
That's really the life like of a musician.
So like when people like I'm sorry for you jazz majors, I mean even Jeff Jarvis, it's his name, right? Jeff Jarvis. Yes. He even said like, oh, like one time we performed, I think it was at Workman's Jazz Festival, and then he's like, he was doing a clinic, and he's like, how many jazz majors here? And like half the band's like, oh, and he's like, all right, you think you're gonna make money doing jazz?
I remember that.
Because you're not. You're gonna probably be teaching or tutoring or something, but just making money off of jazz that doesn't happen nowadays. And I was like, but
it's real life though.
I was like, losers. But it's. Even I knew that before that. I'm like, what hustle is there in jazz? Right. What hustle is there in theater? Like
being a cool cat.
Like you can pay your rent in cool cat. In theater, like I'm assuming you'd have to make it like Broadway. I don't know how lucrative that. Right. I feel like that's probably more like a minor league thing, where it's like when you start off, you start off like. But I feel like if you do make it big, you might get like some good change. Right. Jazz is one of those things where I'm like, it sucks because they work so hard for what they do, and they don't get pretty much nothing. And you have to eventually be a teacher, and I was never about that. I don't like teaching. I don't students are annoying.
So final thoughts. What do you think
Yes.
about the whole situation?
Uh,
Just about like these kind of big companies or like going mainstream and whatever.
well, the
or-
thing is, the big companies are the mainstream.
right?
Ooh. And then, just because I just thought about this, the big companies already have the bag.
Yes.
Why aren't they doing anything? I mean, I get it because they already got the bag, but why aren't they putting like more effort into like kind of like
Well, maybe it's one of those things where it's like
Work hard to
They-
work less.
that, but I mean, like, look at the community.
Hmm.
You can literally roll out a piece of shit, and people will still buy it.
Yeah, they know their
So
audience.
why would they put any effort if we can put minimal effort
and
and still
yeah.
make bank?
Yeah, so then it's all your guys' fault. Audience have better taste in music
don't
and
support
games
Blizzard.
and
Oh.
don't support this
That's my
or
take.
that.
on
No,
it.
I'm just kidding. But do support us by following our YouTube channel, subscribing. Better things to do. Make sure to click the notification bell. Give us a like. Don't forget to comment down in the comment sections of what we could talk about in our next podcast. Or if there's any like stuff you want us to like watch or anything like that in that realm. Do you guys have anything to
Oh,
say?
that realm. I like that. That realm.
Big words, big brains.
Big words.
$5
Big
word.
5-letter word.
Thank you. I guess social medias. Don't forget to follow our social medias.
mine will still be right here.
It's never gonna go there.
Mine will be overlapped on his.
Yeah.
Mine will be right here as well.
Mine's right here.
I
Make
mean,
that happen.
You guys are doing this. I'm never putting it in.
We will make that change.
At got BTTD. Follow us. Follow our personal social media. Will be in the link.
I'm gonna
in the
build a wall
description.
around Yuli. It's gonna be fantastic. He knows it. He knows it. Everybody knows it.
I got hops.
It's gonna be
Huge.
I can get over that wall. Probably not with my ankles.
True.
You're gonna cross yourself over.
Well,
As I'm trying to cross, I'll cross myself over.
I think he still has his crutches, so I think he's
I got
prepared.
my crutches. All right, but I think we're gonna end it on this one. Now we're gonna finish it off with Solitude and E Cumbia.
Wouldn't it be cumbia in E minor? You know what? Just like you
Okay,
were
we're
doing
just
it.
gonna
Let's
hear.
just gonna.
We won't have an ending song.
That's an L.
Peace.
Only with double L.
Hey.